Hey everybody, Alvinator here from Mulligans and Hackers, and today we have Kai from Tea Time Leather. How you doing, pal?
Good. What's up, y'all?
So,
Thank you
man,
for having me on. I appreciate you, Alvin.
hey man, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming on and doing this with us. Pal, Tea Time Leather. Give us a little bit of where did it come from, where did the idea start, and what it is you do.
Sure. So leatherworking, that's a passion of mine that I've been doing close to 10 years now. So my wife and I were wedding photographers before we started our new careers. So I made leather stuff. I would make belts, and then when we were photographers, I started making the little harnesses that hold to your cameras and stuff. So I made those and then like little SD card holders and stuff. And it was just, on and off for the last 10 years. And I couldn't really figure out like my niche, what to do with leather work until I started golfing. So as a new golfer, I dealt with the anxiety of, being ready to tee off and ready to fix my divots and mark my ball and stuff like that. Um, I was just like so focused like on like how's my swing? How's like I have all these swing thoughts. And then one of my first rounds, I was paired up with a gentleman, and he was so good, dude. He was like just striping it, and he would like, "Hey, can you mark your ball?" And I'm like digging in my pocket, like, "Dude, sorry, I don't got a ball marker," and stuff like that. And I was like, there has to be like a solution for this. And going back to my time as a wedding photographer, I always had to be ready. Like if the bride's walking down the aisle, I can't be like, "Hey, hold up, guys! Like, I don't have my SD card. I don't have this and that." So uh, in my mind, I was like, I gotta make something for this. So I started prototyping, making my little divot tool and T holders. So I started, I made the first one, and then I took it to the course, and it was actually my first like par, or it was the first 9 hole in Long Beach at this place called uh, Bixby Park. Uh, um, but yeah, so I played there with it, and I had a blast. I was, ready to go. I was ready to tee off when I had to, and ready to. I actually hit a green, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I get to fix this pitch mark." Came up, pulled it out, fixed my pitch mark, marked my ball, and I think I had it was like a double bogey or something like that. But I was so happy. I was like, okay, this I got something here. So that's where it came from. Just wanting to uh create utility, with my leather goods and provide a product that is, gonna last a lifetime. And one of the reasons why I love leather is it grows with you. When you use it, it starts to age with you. Your scratch marks, every mark on it has a story. And yeah, that's kind of where my two loves of making leather and golfing kind of came together.
So the leather working did come first.
Yes, it did. Yep.
Nice, cool. And you get into golf and then you think to yourself, well, there's a niche here I can get into,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
this is one of your fine
Cool.
little,
That's one of the first ones right there.
yeah. And I mean this is really nice. Yeah, there's no denying that this is top of the line leather work right here.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So this is kind of how this works. Ball marker that or divot remover that side, and I'll get the. This thing is coming with me this year on tour because we joined the Alberta Golf Tour and we're going to make a couple of these amateur events this year. And this thing right here
Nice.
is going to be in my pocket because this is dynamite. I really like that. So you said you're new into golf. How long you been playing?
A little over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you get the bug?
I did, man. The story of how I first started golfing is so crazy. It
Let's have
was
it.
like it was during the summer. It was like 100, and it was supposed to be like 113 or something like that. We live in Orange County, but we were supposed to golf in Corona. And my buddy was like, "Hey man, I know it's gonna be hot, but it'll be a real good day." And so, I get out there warming up and stuff, and it's scorching, it's blazing hot. So my first course was actually this place called Eagle Glen in Corona. So the tea time, we get in the cart. I don't know anything about golfing, I'm like, okay, let's go, let's see what this is all about. But anyways, he makes that first turn onto the tee box, and it's just like this super green fairway, and it was just so beautiful. And I was just like, what? You spent 4 hours here? And yeah, the bug got me, I don't think we even finished the round. I was just like, dude, my back hurts because I was not making good ball contact. I was hitting everything fat. But I had a blast, and ever since that day, just been putting in the time in the range, and practicing and trying to get better.
It is an intimidating sport, though. Like when you're not used to the game, to go to a golf course with all these people that probably have been doing it longer than you, and to try and not embarrass yourself, or again, golf can be a pretty protocol type sport, and
Yes, yes,
it can be intimidating, can't it, pal?
yes. I was actually very intimidated. I wanted to golf, but I never like got the opportunity to really go golfing. And like I was like, I don't know anything about it. And my friend Tony, shout out to Tony, he taught me all the golf etiquette. He was like, all right, this is what you need to do. Like don't walk on somebody's line, don't swing, uh, while somebody's on the tee box. Cause I'm back here like trying to figure out my swing and stuff. And just having somebody that's like down to kind of like, hey man, this is what you should do and shouldn't do, really helped me feel comfortable and made me want to be a golfer. Because growing up, like I saw Tiger Woods on TV and stuff, but it was never really a sport that like me and my friends really got into. We played basketball and things like that. Um, so like I had a lot of friends that started golfing during COVID, but I never really had the chance to get out there. I'm like, I don't have 4.5 hours, guys. Like I got a job, I got, kids. It's tough. But now I'm like, oh, we'll make time for this, because for me it's kind of like my mental health time, being out on the course. So yeah.
And the mental time and the mental positivity that comes from playing is something I can relate to. Now the mental part of the game is different when you're out there playing, because that's one of the areas in golf that I'm very weak on. That Chris, my partner, he is way stronger mentally than I am, and you
Hmm.
can you can tell as our round is going who's where by how we look.
Hmm.
He'll still be focused, and I'll start looking at the sky and looking at the trees, and my mind's wandering because I'm mentally out of this position, right? So it's
Hmm.
something we've been working on, the mental part of the game. Do you find in your very short period of time in the game, do you find that the mental part of it, the focus and what you're trying to do is huge?
It is. It's like you have to find that middle ground of like, I care, but I also don't care. Like, because if, every single shot, if I'm just like, getting super mad and getting worked up about it, my game just goes to crap. And if I don't care, like, when I'm playing with the boys and we're drinking a lot, I'm just like, I can't even see the ball right now, guys. I'm just trying to focus. So it's just, finding that mental, like that middle ground of like, all right, I got my, I got my swing thoughts in, I'm dialed in. Let's just go for it. And then, that's when I end up playing my best, like a couple beers, maybe like two beers in,
Because it takes
there's
that
something
edge off,
happens.
right?
It
Because
is, it is,
when
yeah.
you we don't drink like so most of our crew um we I think last year I told you 101 rounds. I probably had 3 beer that whole time. It's just not something I do normally. Um,
Hmm.
but when you're there and you have that beer, it's a different game that you're playing as then because you're like, okay, I'm just here to have fun, enjoy my time
Hmm.
with my buddies, and I'm not working on anything.
Hmm.
So we usually when we go, we're working on something, so we're not there. But I do remember those times that you just go and you're it's just 4 hours to hang out with your buddies,
Hmm.
and those are good times, man. Those are really good times.
Yeah. I usually have, I try to play like during the weekday. That's when I'm like serious like after work or if I get like a random day off. I usually have my push cart. I have, my water and my snacks and stuff to keep me going, and then maybe like bring one beer with me. Um, and then on the weekends when, my friends and I, we get to link up, which is like maybe once or twice a month. It usually starts out, really, really cool, but then by like the turn, we're just hammered. And at that point, like I'm just here hanging out with my boys, just trying to have fun. So
Good
yeah.
times, man. Good times. So back to a little bit about the leather working here. So this is one of the items that you have. Can you give us a little bit of an idea on what else you have on the go?
Yeah, so that's the basically the I call it the Palmer, because it fits in your palm and it fits in your pocket perfectly. That's a universal divot tool holder, so that holds pretty much any divot tool and three T's. I also make like a specialized holder for Scotty Cameron divot tool holder. That one is it holds the Scotty Cameron divot tool and then it holds two T's in the back, and then it has a magnet on it, so you can hold your ball marker.
Ball marker.
So I'm always trying to, you know, um, get feedback from people that use my products and try to improve it in any way. Like the Palmer, it started out like that, just basically your divot tool and your T's, but I've added a magnet in the second version, so you can put your ball marker on there if you don't have a divot tool that has the ball marker in it already. Um, I I made a glove holder. It's basically it clips onto your pocket and it has a little Velcro thing on it, and then you put your glove on it. For me personally, I hate having my glove in my pocket because during the summer you pull it out, it's all wrinkly and damp and stuff. And then I used to try to keep it on my bag, and then I've lost like two gloves that way. So I was like, all right, let's make something to try to solve that problem. So I made the glove holder, and then I just make, whatever. Like I have people message me with ideas, and then we work together, and then we figure it out. And that's what I love about being a leather worker. I can just make stuff and prototype stuff with my hands, and
And there
it
is
goes from
and there is a market for this kind of stuff in the game for people because people always want to be what we just say. People want, um, like you said before, they want to be ready. Don't want to be fishing around in their pockets. They don't want to be unprepared. And
Mhm.
gadgets like this, and I mean, this is really nice. It's really well made, really well done. These things can help you, you know, not have to worry about fishing for your ball marker in your pocket or a tee
Yeah,
or your divot remover, or if you have the glove holder, you know where it is. You're not
yeah.
scrambling to find it. So
Ready golf,
ready golf.
I'm a big proponent of playing as fast as you can without being in a rush, but it sucks when, you're like digging around for stuff. I personally had it happen where I walked up to the tee box, digging around in my pocket, and I'm like, dude, I don't have any tees, and I gotta do the walk of shame all the way back to the cart, grab my tees. And just as a new golfer, there's that saying, if you're gonna suck, at least suck fast, so you're not holding
Yeah,
up
pace of
anybody's.
play is huge, man. Pace of play is huge.
Yeah.
So you plan on playing more golf? Well, I guess. See, you're in Southern California, so you're 12 months around. You can play.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that is a little bit of jealousness, a little bit of envy that you can play outside all year round. We're not doing that here,
Yeah.
but it's a really cool product, dude. And I'm really interested to see if you come up with other ideas, and you know, um, let us know what you got coming up, what you got going on. Any new products
Yes.
coming up?
So I'm I've been inspired by Marker Locker and what they did with their Marker Locker, and ever since I started making leather goods, I've been making like random leather ball markers and stuff, and I'm like, I think I kind of want to make a little leather ball marker wallet type of thing. I've been working on that, and single prong divot tools. So I've seen a lot of people use those there's kind of I've been researching it. There's a debate on, if a regular divot tool is better or a single prong is better. I just ordered one from Bishop Putters, and then I'm gonna try to prototype something up for that.
For the single prong.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, nice. That's cool.
Um, and then now I'm just kind of experimenting with different types of leather. I'm inspired by all these amazing leather workers on Instagram, and when they work with different colors and different patterns and stuff like that. So I'm kind of, trying to expand into working with different types of leather for my goods.
And how's the business model for it? How's the market for this kind of thing?
It's pretty good. So I did a lot of research before I kind of dove into this, and if you go on Amazon and you check out like one of the top selling golf products, the golf accessories are a big seller. Divot tools are a huge seller, and everybody needs tees and stuff like that. So I was like, I think there's a market here for us, so kind of just dove deep into that, and then started making my products and started offering it.
Any plans on going to any of the golf shows in the future?
Yeah, maybe in like a year or so. Right now the problem is I have to make everything by hand. And I'm a huge stickler for quality, and I have a whole box of uh holders that have like little tiny blemishes, like the stitching's not right or something. Most people won't notice it, but to me, I'm like, I can't sell that to somebody. Um, so the biggest thing right now is just trying to scale up. I've been trying to find a manufacturer or somebody to try to help me get more products made. That way I can try to uh, go to trade shows and go to golf courses and set up little booths, and just try to get people aware of the brand and aware of what I'm offering.
How do you find the social media circle in an area like what you're trying to do?
Everybody's super helpful. Everybody's super knowledgeable about creating content and uh, just getting traction and stuff like that. I've been talking to a lot of people about and just picking their brain about how did you grow your Instagram and stuff like that. And people are just like, just it's a grind, man. You just got to keep making content and interaction and just being consistent, and that's the tough part. Like when I go golfing, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna record, and then I'm like, "Ah, I'm trying to actually play, and it's so hard finding that middle ground of like, okay, creating content while actually enjoying my golfing because I don't really get to go hit the course a lot. I maybe golf like once a week if I can. So when I'm there, I'm like, all right, I'm trying to do this, but sometimes I'm just like, I'm over this. I'm trying to actually play, So that's the hard part.
It is.
Uh,
It's baby steps in that area as well. Like because the first couple of years we played, like we barely did any uh, video from the golf course. Because when we
mhm,
go to the golf course, it's your golf game. You're not there to record stuff or do
mhm,
social media stuff. You're there to play, and we
mhm,
found that that was a big gap we had in our social media presentation. We'll say. So last year we did down at the course we play at. There's one hole. It's a par four dog leg right, and so we can hit. We got to a point in our game, thankfully, where we could go for that green and one
mhm.
because you only had to carry it 220 to get to the green. The unfortunate part about it is it's hidden behind a wall of trees off the tee box, so you kind of got to go over the trees. So it's a risk reward type hole. So we
Mhm.
did this whole thing this summer where it's go for the green on six. So we have a whole bunch of videos on our YouTube just going for the green on six.
Nice.
I think I hit it 6 times this year.
Nice.
Zero eagles and two three putts for a par. But we're amateurs. What can you say? But
Yeah.
I those type of videos again on Instagram, on YouTube, they do way better than any other type of video that we do. If you have
Yeah.
a if you have a if you have a video of you or a friend on a golf course swinging a club or putting a club, those type of videos do way better than if we're just sitting down talking like this.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah. It's
definitely noticed that in the whole social media algorithm type thing.
Yeah, for sure. And like as a new golfer, I'm like, nobody wants to see me swing, dude. Nobody wants to see me, you know.
But that's the thing, Kai. They
Yeah,
do, right? They
yeah,
do
yeah.
because
That's what I've
it's
learned, and I'm like, all right, let's just put myself out there. And those videos have actually been doing pretty good for me, and it brings in the um the audience that I want, which is fellow golfers. And it's just constantly like experimenting, like what type of video works, what doesn't work, and just putting myself out there. And
yeah. I don't know
it's
if
it's tough, but yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of my swing. Um, you can definitely tell what audience we're trying to capture with that type of swing. It is the weekend warrior, um,
Yeah,
you know, 10 beer deep guy. You know, the guy
yeah,
that goes with jeans on and a beer in his hand. That's the guys who we're trying to get to. But again,
yeah.
for us, it's um, we want to get better. Like we want to get better in the sport because we're going to be playing it for a long time, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yes, sir.
but the group that we're trying to bring in and connect with, like you, a new golfer, like that's the crew we're trying to connect with, because I think for us and you, it helps us as just getting into the golf influencer circle. It helps all of us grow. Like when you
Yeah.
succeed, we succeed. When we succeed, you succeed. And now we just joined a group called the Golf Gang Network, which is part of the Fans First Sports Network. And it's the same
Mm.
thing. Like we're all small podcasts. And now we have this whole network of small podcasts by a group of golfers that golf for different reasons.
Mhm.
And that type of network. And it's pretty fun, man. It's cool. And I hope you continue to get into that niche and get in and grow with the community that we're growing with as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would definitely love to. I feel like the golfing community is amazing, and like you said, there's everybody golfs for a different reason. There's the people that are scratch golfers. There's hackers like me. Weekend warriors and stuff like that. So yeah, I would love to be a part of the community. And
For sure,
again,
pal.
I thank you for inviting me, because I honestly would probably never go on a podcast. I'm like, nobody wants to hear about me and what I do and all that stuff.
Well, you
So
got you got an interesting product here that's really well done. So somewhere down the line, somebody's going to be interested in it. So this is probably the first of many podcasts you're going to be asked to do somewhere down the line. So this is part of how you get your name out there as well, right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So, all right, Kai, I really appreciate you coming on, pal. I know it was a short chat, but you know, you got a good product. You're a good dude, and you're new into golf. And we'll see you around.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Alvin.